each of the different companies down the line that was on the beach and tell them to come up to his place. He had a big shell hole there that he had, we put tents of canvas over, and he was the regimental commander, and he said, have them all come up, we're going to have a meeting tonight because we're in real trouble.
Because back then, they didn't have phones, they didn't have any way to communicate, but man to man to man, they had to go across the beach and tell everybody word of mouth, because it was a long time ago.
And you know, if you're in trouble, it doesn't mean you're in trouble with your mum and dad, it means death.
The bombs
You're not in trouble with mom.
Yeah, it's serious
it's
trouble.
A little different.
Isn't it? Don't they like use like a secret language, like
Morse code?
Yeah, no, they would say like words like
code.
mother,
Code words.
Yeah, code words.
America.
Passwords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a certain name for it? I forgot. I learned in 5th grade.
Yeah. Mostly we had to have passwords, especially at night when we're moving around.
Yeah.
We'd know who was where. But in this case, it was dark, and we got word that the Japanese Navy or Air Force was coming to bomb us. And so, I told all these guys, these company commanders, to meet with the regimental commander underneath this tent that we're going to have to. They didn't want light, to know that they were down there. It's a big place, about twice the size of this room, and they were down in the bottom of it. And so the captain told to me then, he said, "You get up on the edge of this hole, and when the planes start coming, if the bombs are getting pretty close, be sure and let us know, because we got all the intelligence of the regiment right here, and we'll have to scatter." So I was laying there, and sure enough, here comes a lone bomber, and he came from the right-hand side over here, and about when he got about to where we started, our troops was landing, I heard a bomb go off, and in about half that distance, I heard another bomb go off, and then I looked up, and the plane was over us right then. It was very low. And what they had done, they had the cockpit open, and I could see inside the plane as it went over. And it was up like a very tall tree.
Yeah.
Just about that high.
Yeah.
And the lights were on inside the plane, and I could see it.
Was it at night?
Yeah, it was at night.
Oh, okay.
And all of a sudden, they dropped this bomb, and it opened up a parachute. See, they wanted to get out from under it before it went off, whenever it hit the ground. So it was called a parachute bomb. And I looked up, and I was just looking inside this parachute. It was coming right straight down on us. And it came down, and I could see it was going to hit on the other side of the same hole I was in, and all these guys were in, and it was going to hit right, looked to me like right in the middle of that hole. And so whenever that bomb hit, I shook the ground, like an earthquake. It was a big, heavy bomb. But it did, and when that happened, I buried my head in the sand and vomited. That's all I could do. And then I was still alive, and nothing happened. And it turned out that bomb did not go off. It was a dud.
A dud?
That means it was meant to go off, but it failed to explode.
Oh my gosh.
And then there were two more bombs down the beach on further down, and they both exploded.
You should have died.
So out of the 4 bombs, 1 did not go off, and that was the one that hit our hole.
You could have died, and then you wouldn't be alive right now. And you
None of us would.
talking.
None of you guys would be.
None of us would be here.
If that bomb
Thank
was
you.
off.
Yeah.
And then it went down, and another one blew, and then another one exploded.
Yeah,
It was
five
so he was in the
altogether.
middle of all the ones, and only his did not go off.
That's what happened to it.
Oh my
If
gosh.
it was like buried in the sand, and then